Hey guys, how's it going? I really appreciate you guys logging on and checking this out. I miss you so much. I know you miss me too. If you don't, well, I can't hear you anyway, so I don't know. I don't know at all. But thanks, praying for you and hoping that you're all well and safe and all of those things. So I've got some lessons for you today. So I want you to take a listen to this and do the things that are there. So we've been working on our movie and getting that all together. And while we're working on it, I've got a task for you to do. So we're going to learn a little bit about editing and editing software because you are going to need it because we are still going to get this movie done even while at home. And it's going to be pretty neat the way that we do it. So I won't talk about it in this lesson, but in another lesson, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So I want to start off by talking about the editing software in general. So even though there's going to be a link in this description of the software I want you to download in case you don't have any, I'm going to talk about some things that are pretty congruent across different software packages. So regardless if you're using DaVinci Resolve, which is what we're going to have you download for free, or you're using an Adobe Premiere or After Effects or Sony's Vegas or whatever you're using, you should find these particular items, these concepts, if you will, pretty similar across all of them. And so the very first thing I want to talk about is the very first thing that you'll probably do, which is import media. Okay, import media. All that means is that you're going to take your clips that you've dealt with outside of the software, like clips directly from your camera, maybe MP4 files or MOV files, whatever they are. You're going to take those and you're going to import those into the software. And once again, I know I'm starting at the very beginning. A lot of you guys may already know this, but for those that don't, I want to make sure that we're all on the same page. So you're going to take the software from take the files from out of the software and bring those movie files in the software. Now, in a later lesson, we're going to talk about how to organize those files so that it makes it a little bit easier for you. But right now, I just want you to understand the concept. So we import them in, they're inside of the software, and then we can use them. Now, how are we going to use them? Well, we're going to take and drag and drop those into a timeline. Now, a timeline is nothing more than literally a timeline going in time from left to right. So if you're watching a timeline, you're watching that little line move and tell you what's current on the timeline. So if you think about a movie plays in order, it doesn't play out of order, right? It doesn't start at the first minute and then go to the 28th minute and then come back to the second. It plays in order. And so your timeline is going to be the order that your movie is shown in. And so you're going to throw the different clips onto the timeline. Now, there's several different things that you can put on the timeline. You can put audio there, you can put video there, and you may think, okay, when I drag the video, the audio comes with it. Absolutely, but you also, we've talked about ADR and replacement, so you can understand that it's not always the same audio that came with the clip. Or maybe you added some extra audio, some footprints, or maybe some music under it. There's a lot of different things that you can do to facilitate the sound of your movie. So just know that. So we might have brought it in extra, or it may have come in with the video, but you're going to have sound there, you're going to have movies there, and you may also have some still pictures. Maybe you've got a logo or something in the background, or you just put up a picture like I just did right there. You see that? You see what I did there? You felt it? Yeah, I know. I felt it too. It was all good, right? So you may want to just throw something up, or you may want music. Nice dramatic music that allows you to really understand what I'm saying, because I begin to talk slower so that you can really get it and understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. See those words coming out? So anyway, so you have an option there to put those things there, okay? And you can line them all up, line all the videos up, put the audio there. So that is the timeline. Now, once you put things there, like you can see, we put different things on the screen. You're seeing a video now. You just seen words coming everywhere, so you can put words on there. Once again, a logo or a still picture. You got a lot of different options that you can utilize on the timeline. So let me kind of explain how the timeline works. So from a video perspective, I want you to imagine something. So this phone is in front of my face, okay? So the phone is in front of my face, and because it's in front of my face, there's parts of my face that you cannot see, okay? But if I remove it or if I mute, now you can see my face. Well, videos on a timeline are kind of the same. Videos are on layers or tracks, and what you're going to see is what's on the highest track. So if you have two things next to each other in tracks, as I drop my phone, you're only going to see the top thing unless you mute. Thank you very much. Unless you mute that channel or that track so that you can see what's under there. Okay, so that's how video works, right? So the top layer is going to play, and whenever there's not video on the top layer, then whatever is under there plays as well. Now, there are some exceptions to that. Number one, of course, if you mute that layer. Number two, if I bring down the opacity or the transparency of that layer, if I bring it down, then you can start seeing what's under there. So if I some kind of way became transparent, okay, you could see. So I'm gonna do something here. We're gonna make me transparent. So you can see how making me transparent allows you to be able to see other stuff. So it almost looked like I disappeared, right? But we're just showing the track under there. So when you see the track under there, you can see me begin to disappear. You know what's happening. So bringing down the opacity. But there may be a lot of things that you want to do to clips. You might want to make them black and white. Okay. You may want to add effects. There's a lot of things that you may want to do to the track to spice it up. Maybe you want to color it different or whatever. But you have the option to be able to do that with the effects on the clips. So there's a lot of things that you can do there as far as the things that are on the timeline. Okay. Now, after you have gotten all of your clips in and you've done all the editing, quote unquote, and you've moved things around and you've added the graphics that need to be added and you added the right amount of music and it is perfect and ready to go, what you want to do is a process called rendering. Okay, rendering. Now, rendering, all it means is that you're taking and actually making a real movie file, or you're making a file that people can watch. You can upload that to YouTube, which you're going to do, by the way. You can take and share that with somebody else. You can do whatever you want to, but now you actually have a movie or you have a file because you have, quote unquote, rendered it out, and you can take a section to be able to render. Now, I have your lesson for today. Okay, here's what you're going to do today. First of all, you're going to download DaVinci Resolve. You'll see the video, the link in the description. You're going to download that so that you'll have that particular piece of software, get it all installed, get it ready to go. Now, on top of that, what I want you to do is in the comments, you're going to do something in the comments of this video. Okay, so you're going to, I've also included clips of just some random stuff, okay? Just random stuff. So I want you to download those clips, utilize those clips to be able to use in DaVinci Resolve. Now, I've also gave you some links to a few different things to, if you've never used DaVinci Resolve before, then it's some tutorials on how to use it. I will give you a heads up, the rendering process is a little bit different than most other pieces of software in DaVinci Resolve, but you guys are extremely smart. You can figure it out, no biggie. Now, if you already have another editing software, hey, don't worry about getting DaVinci Resolve. You can do this in whatever you want to use. So, in whatever route you want to, however you want to do it, I want you to take the clips that have been included in this download, and I just want you to put them into some type of little video. I don't care if you put overdub audio on it or add music with it, or doesn't really make me a difference at this point. I just want to know that you can actually put the video together. You can have transitions on it. We'll talk a little bit about transitions later, or you cannot. Doesn't make a difference. I just want to see the full rendered version. So take those clips, put them together. You can make a little story if you want to. You want to upload that to YouTube. And in the comments of this video, I want you to include a link to the YouTube video that you have created. Once again, take the clips, download them, create a little video, render it out, and send it up to YouTube. And in the comments, you want to leave the URL. Now, if you have any questions or anything like that concerning this video or concerning the work, just ask them in the comments and I'll be able to answer them right there. All right. Thank you guys. I'll be praying for you. Hopefully, I'll see you before the end of the year. If not, I'll see you in a video. We're out. Deuces.